Welcome back to the Mysteries in Depth. About a month and a half after escaping from the Watcher in the Dire Marsh, Connacht and company are at the Trow complex of Dizeron to put the SunHammar to use. To be honest, this mission is pretty underwhelming, but I think you guys will like this video regardless. Here is the journal for this mission.
Having broken through the Watcher's ambush, Connacht and his company of soldiers fled to the north, Balal's deathless army in close pursuit. The soldiers marched solid for 3 days, trying to distance themselves from the army of the dead, who knew no sleep. Through the march, Connacht wore a grim expression. He knew of only one way the Watcher could have learned the location of his troops. They had been betrayed, but he did not know by who. After many days of trudging through the boggy marsh, they finally lost sight of Balal's army. The marshlands abruptly changed to rugged hills and mountains. They had reached the border of the Trow Empire. After scaling a short mountain range, the Trow temple complex of Dizeron lay below them. It was comparable to the temple complex at Avernus, massive structures built out of the blackened mountainside. Minarets of solid iron reached to the sky in praise of their god Nyx. But that was where the similarity ended. Unlike Avernus, this complex looked all but deserted. Having no ogre slaves to upkeep their temples, they had fallen into rusted ruination. Dozens of Trow could be seen in the temples, but not a single one of them wore their impenetrable iron armor or massive hammers. Damas's sharp eyes noticed a rank of soulless hovering above the temple walls. Since the Trow had no mastery of necromancy, Moagim was obviously using Dizeron as a staging area for his troops. Connacht had yet to use the SunHammar in battle. Now it was time to see if it was as powerful as the legends claimed, for if it was not, their attack on the Trow homeland would end here.
Connacht is convinced that the Watcher knew about their whereabouts because he had been betrayed. Honestly though, based on what we know so far, it is a bit surprising that Connacht can't figure it out with all of his skill sets. I won't spoil anything for you though beyond that hint. The forces of Lankerfin had to march for 3 days without rest to escape the tireless undead horde. I can't imagine their level of fatigue. The journal tells us that the temple complex of Dizeron is just at the edge of the Dire Marsh within a short mountain range and is comparable to the temple complex of Avernus. Since we know that they were following the Gold River, it is likely that this complex is somewhere south of Avernus, just outside the Dire Marsh. That is my best guess anyway, as the game doesn't show its location on the map. The journal tells us that the minarets of solid iron reach the sky to praise the god Nyx. Unfortunately, these temples within the mission are not very impressive and the game doesn't show us their true splendor. I think it would have been really cool to make the temple complex a lot more visually stimulating. The temple complex has been deserted with the exception of a few Trow and some soulless that Connacht spotted hovering over the temple walls. Connacht discerns that because of the soulless presence, Moagim must be using Dizeron as a staging area for his troops. Fortunately for us, there are no undead here that we will have to face in this mission. For new enemy units in this mission, we have a regular Trow without any armor. Considering that we have fought plenty of these Trow in Bungie games, I won't go into much detail on them. These Trow, however, get stunned by Dwarven grenades, so they are extremely weak compared to the Bungie's Trow. Again, it is honestly a pretty stupid mechanic. Here are the Trow's flavor texts. Arrogant? I think not. We are great thinkers and builders. Our monuments will last until the world ends. We are ancient. We walked among the beasts that would become you younger races. We are reverent, ever loyal and respectful to our Creator. We are powerful, unbeaten in battle. Why would we not be rulers of the world? Late in the Age of Reason, Avatara made Connacht with the Trow to speak of peace. The Avatara told us of human cities and castles built by their hand. The Trow stated, "The first buildings on land were our creation. The Avatar spoke of the powerful sorceries mastered by the humans. The Chow said, "The first magics were created by the Kaliak. We slew them." We have talked about these flavor texts in the past, so I won't delve into them again. In this mission, we get to use the SunHammar for the first time, and we will be destroying some of the temples with it. The Wolf Age manual tells us that the SunHammar was originally built by the Kaliak, and it focuses rays of the sun into a column of pure white fire capable of utterly incinerating cities and mountains. The game doesn't tell us much more about it. Is there any evidence of the Kaliak using the SunHammar? Is that how the Great Void was formed, possibly? Also, another interesting thing to think about is whether the barrier in Bungie Myth games was created by Balor using the SunHammar there. As we know, this was a very green place before Balor burned Mir Themni to the ground. While the Bungie Myth games never mention the SunHammar, I suspect that MumboJumbo put this item into the game to get us asking these types of questions. Now that you got some interesting things to contemplate, let's jump into the mission. Obliterate the 5 Chow temples with the might of the SunHammar. Alright, this mission is honestly, it's very, very easy. Hopefully I won't die. Now that I say that, right? Honestly, these forces right here are completely unnecessary in this mission, as you will see. All these berserks and Huron guards, we really don't need them. And the mission, honestly, I think would be easier without them. But if we try to stick them back here, some of the Chow will go chasing them instead of chasing our units when we aggro them. So we just have to live with them. So if you look, we have, I should show you, we have Dwarven heroes. All these are Dwarven heroes. All these berserks are heroes. These Huron guards are heroes. Then we got Connacht. So here comes our first Chow, as you can see. So we're gonna position our dwarves.
Get out of the way.
So as soon as we get some grenades on him, he's over. So, I mean, it was nice knowing this Chow. Nice knowing you. So we can kind of bring Connacht by him so that he chases Connacht instead of going near our doors. But this is on. Well, I did take some damage apparently. So much for the no damage run.
Over here.
So we're gonna, all the enemies like that on this, all the enemies on this mission are Trow like that. So you're gonna see a lot of that in this mission. So we're gonna start off. There's kind of like there's 5 of these temples we have to destroy with the SunHammar,
Over here.
and they're kind of all in a round circle. When you start the mission, there's one to the right over here. We're gonna come and take this one, and then we're gonna
Let's go.
go clockwise. So we're gonna hit this one over here. The reason is because the hardest one in the mission is, you know, if we're going counterclockwise, the hardest one in the mission to destroy is the next one counterclockwise from this one. So yeah, so this is what the SunHammar looks like. You get, so basically all they did was I think all they did was they just replaced the model and they made the screen go blank. Anyways,
Let's go.
if you look at Connacht's inventory, right, he has 5 of these uses, 5 left. So he used 1, he started off with 6 and used. So I guess he can mess up 1 use and still be in the mission. I really don't know the point of
Let's
having
go.
a certain number of uses, but whatever. I'll do it again. There's not a whole lot interesting to see on this temple. So just like that, we got 2 temples down. I hear a Chow. So is the Chow coming over here? I don't know. So I think the next one is like north and east of here. It's mostly north, kind of east, I think.
Let's go!
Make way for the dwarf!
Missed, guys.
Make way for the dwarf!
Oh, we gotta load. Load. I went too far ahead. My forces, my doors are not in front, so the Chow was able to get up close. Here he comes. You can also do this, like where you kind of run away and then throw it at him, so you can kind of get farther away. So you don't even have to move conduct. It's probably better to attack the ground. You see that one? He kind of threw it where the Chow was going, so it ended up hitting him some unit. Because he's a moron. Dwarf is an idiot. That's why. They do that. That was a way to kill, you know, in PvP, kill dwarves too, is if you ran at them, sometimes they would throw it too short.
Over here!
If the player wasn't controlling him. Anyways.
Yeah!
Get it!
There's another Chow over here. If he comes, we'll deal with him. Yeah, he's coming. Not a big deal. We almost got this one dead. We can also.
Yeah!
Like if another Chow comes when you're killing one, you can like 3 of your doors on the other Chow.
Make way for the dwarf! Get out of the way! Make way for the dwarf! Make a hole! Oh, yeah!
That's one thing you can do. You can keep Connacht circling him so that he keeps turning around. Doesn't move much either. If you want to do that. So here's the third Iron Temple we gotta destroy. TCK. Okay, there's one more to the east of this on the north, and we gotta go southeast. The hardest one is in the southeast corner, and the reason it's the hardest one is because
Over here!
it's not really that hard, to be honest, but
Over here!
it's the hardest because you get multiple Chow coming at once.
Yeah!
Make a hole!
He's really stuck on those doors because I want to go after Connacht. Oh my gosh! You worthless doors. Wow. Wow, you worthless doors. That was like what, like 3 duds all at once?
Over here!
That's why it's technically better to send Connacht ahead and have him chase Connacht, just because of that. Oh my gosh, guys. How do like 3 cocktails not go dud when you're out in the desert? Might as well go kill this trout too. Yeah, so these guys basically we just gotta move them around, you know. They just started hindering, burning.
Yeah. Over here. Over.
So we gotta be careful of that other trout coming back since we're at the edge of this patrol area. Okay, that trout's done.
Over here. Over here. Over here.
Here comes the trout behind us.
Let's go.
See if he go ahead and burn this temple to the ground. It'd be cool if like you could use that SunHammar to like destroy these trout. And there's another one coming from the back. So we gotta.
Casualty.
You idiots. You idiot dwarfs.
Let's go.
Maybe it would have been better to kill some of these trout before destroying this
Let's
temple
go.
complex. So I'm gonna kind of go south more and kill this trout first. It's easier. It's really annoying that I gotta hide this bar every time if I want to play without it. I have a feeling this trout is gonna come again when I destroy this temple.
Let's go.
Oh, here he comes. Here, chase Connacht. You just barely missed those grenades.
Incoming!
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay, one more temple left. This one we'll get to fight quite a few trout at once, so. And by quite a few, probably just 2 at once.
Over here.
Get out of the way! Yes, sir. Incoming! Make way
Does
for
he even know we're
the
here?
Get out of the way.
That retarded. that's how you fight two trow at once. You kind of split up your doors. And yeah. And honestly, I have no idea why you have these units. At least on Legendary. Maybe on easier difficulties they're more useful, but on Legendary they just die.
Let's go!
Okay, so you gotta go through this gate right here,
Yeah.
I believe. Okay, might as well kill this. Get this trow coming.
Look out!
Just went through the wall.
Make way for the dwarf! Incoming! Make way for the dwarf!
You know, any trout we kill on, you know, on the way to the temple is just gonna make it easier.
Make a hole!
Let's go!
Alright, well there's that. There's the
Let's
temple.
go! Yeah!
Here comes the herd! Get out of the way! Make way for the dwarf! Look out! Make way for the dwarf!
Okay,
Yeah!
you gotta... Come on, hit him, hit him.
Here!
What are you doing?
Here!
Casualty.
Look out!
You died.
Sorry about that.
Did I leave? Did I like have one unit staying back or something?
Even the
Oh
power
no,
of
I
the
think Konik died. I probably didn't even see it. Okay, so we're gonna have to. There's too many trout coming at us right here. So we're gonna come over here to like the edge.
Over here! Let's go!
Let's kind of lure one out. You know, the other thing I could do is just... I could just try to hero it with Connacht and just end the mission. Find a break, and then... That's the mission. If I want to make it easier.
You want some?
Oh, if they are by him, he'll kill him with the SunHammar. I actually didn't know that.
the mighty SunHammar laid low the Trow Temple. Many of the Trow were engulfed by the waves of white-hot iron slag.
So, if the Trow are close to him, the SunHammar will kill him. I learned that. Nice. So, that means we got one kill. There's like 3 of them there. How does he get one kill? I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, that's the mission. The windscreen shows Connacht using the SunHammar to melt the iron temples. You can see one of the Trow's hands sticking out of the freshly melted iron. What a way to go down. The lost screen shows the Trow completely obliterating Connacht's forces. If we had faced Bungie's trial that didn't get stunned by explosives, then this is probably what the mission would have looked like. The lost screen tells us that even the power of the SunHammar could not stop the trial. No race had ever come close to threatening the dominance of the trial, and none ever would. Well, that is it for this mission. In the next mission, the Heartstone of Nyx, we will attempt to put an end to the trial once and for all. See you all then.